This video is going to show you how Clean Boost oil absorbent can be used to pick up spills around ponds, lakes, oils, oceans, let alone in your shop, along railroad tracks, any hydrocarbon, whether it be fuels, oils, lubricants, paints. Clean Boost oil absorbent can pick that product up. It is friendly, EPA friendly. We'd like to show you this short little video on how Clean Boost oil absorbent works. This test, we're going to show you a typical shop floor where a spill of oil, whether it be changing oil in your vehicle, equipment, or some oil spilled, we'll pour that same dirty oil out of the diesel that we drained for this testing. Typical shop floor, as you can see. We'll take the Clean Boost oil absorbent, mix it into the oil spill, and show you how it works without the contamination of the pan. This is just a typical shop floor that we here in our warehouse. As you noticed, the Clean Boost oil absorbent immediately starts to attack the oil and turn it into some sort of a solid as it's doing an absorption option. We'll come and get closer on the floor. As you can see, we had a dark, dirty spot that is now being absorbed and moved. And like we said earlier in the video, it's always best to work it in with a broom. The longer it stays on the floor, the better it works, is the microbes. In some applications, you'd like to leave it on the floor overnight so the microbes could start working on the hydrocarbons, but as we're simulating this in a quick fashion, we want to show you how the product itself is drying and becoming applicable. And the spot is going away. Best thing to do is, once the spot is gone, sweep it up with the dustpan. Where this product is still very usable, we can use this again and again until it's done. There is a slight discoloration, but there is no residue, no film, as this will be. And if we would have left that on a little longer, as you can see, it's just the spot is actually gone compared to the floor around it. So Clean Boost oil absorb works great for diesel, oils, gasoline oils, hydraulic oils, anything hydrocarbon. The floor is now clean. This test, we're going to show how the Clean Boost oil absorbent can take dirty diesel motor oil and absorb it and absorb the hydrocarbons, to show you how this would work on a shop floor, a highway, or any given surface that you may be working on. We'll dump the Clean Boost oil absorbent in this pan, simulating that it is a shop floor or a location where an oil spill has come. We will take the dirty diesel motor oil, we'll dump it in, and we'll show you how the product actually absorbs the hydrocarbon of the oil, allowing it to absorb for soil remediation or any other use. The great thing about the Clean Boost oil absorbent is it can be used over and over again. Say that as you watch as we emulsify this, you'll be able to see the motor oil being absorbed, but no sense in just throwing the product away or disposing of it. It can be used multiple times until the microbes are used up, or that the product is saturated, where it will then need to be dried out for a period of time before it can be thrown in a landfill, put in your garden. It is EPA safe for soil remediation. Notice how the product is absorbing and clumping the hydrocarbon, the oils. And if you look at the bottom of the pan itself, the oil is pretty clean. What we'll do, since we still have leftover oil, and you can see how it's absorbing, we'll dump the rest of the oil in. Still emulsify this, mix it up, and you can see as it's clumping how the product is eliminating the oil. And notice the dryness of the product itself. The oil is gone. The pan itself is still white on the bottom. The brown is coming from the discoloration of the oil absorbent. But the oil is virtually eliminated. This is a great product for shops, fuel islands, anywhere where there are oil, fuels, diesel fuel. A great thing we can try, Mr. Clean Boost model. Why don't we try to put a little bit of this diesel fuel in while we're doing this and just see if it can absorb it as well. This is 2.5, 3 gallons of number 2 diesel we picked up for some testing we will do later in the video. But just wanted to show, even with diesel oil, how dry this is. Now we'll do diesel fuel. And see the same thing. Notice how it just clumps, absorbs the diesel fuel, and the product still is dry and applicable and can be used for later on. Let's look at the bottom of the pan where we dump the diesel fuel. The best way when applying this or working it on a shop floor or on a road or any given surface, a whisk broom or some sort of a broom, it works very well for this application. This test is going to be where we take a spill of oil on a water base, whether it be a lake, a river, and show you how the Clean Boost oil absorbent can pull the sheen out and absorb the oil off of the water. We've taken a tub of water here and we'll pour some regular transmission fluid in. As you'll see, the sheen as it's coming across and turning the water red from the transmission fluid. And we'll take the Clean Boost oil absorbent and put it right in, and you can watch what happens as the Clean Boost oil absorbent floats. As you sprinkle it over the sheen, it starts to absorb the transmission fluid or the water or the oil, depending on what it would be. Notice how the Clean Boost oil absorbent stays on top of the water. This works out great for oil spills. To indicate this is a similar technology that was used in the BP spill to try to help pull the oil out of the water. But imagine what this would do for wildlife, fish, water basins, anywhere where you have drinking water. Notice how the water, the sheen, the red from the transmission fluid is virtually gone. It's absorbed inside of the Clean Boost oil absorbent. And what we'll do here is we'll take a very clean food strainer and just scoop it out. And as you hold that up, you can see the water is clean. It's not red. The transmission fluid's gone. Now the great thing with this product is we do have it available through some of our manufacturing groups in booms that can float on the water to help do this. We just wanted to indicate and show you how the product as an inert product will stay stays on top, floats, and definitely removes that sheen. The oil is 100% gone. Clean Boost oil absorbent works on all types of hydrocarbons. Make sure to get you some today. The next test we'll do will show you some diesel oil or diesel fuel as well as we do a containment on the shop floor. Clean Boost oil absorbent can be used in boom socks for containment applications such as oil tanks, berms, whether it be in the water. This is a great option for water. Will stay on float on top of the water. What we're going to do here is we're going to close the end of the boom with the Clean Boost oil absorbent to make sure we don't spill out into our shop area here. But we have filled a 4-inch sock full of the Clean Boost oil absorbent, and we want to show you how it will absorb the diesel fuel in this type of a spill for a containment application. Number 2 off-road diesel. On-road diesel, excuse me. And we'll let it just see if we can make sure it does not come outside of the sock. Notice how no leaking outside of the sock as the boom itself is starting to absorb the diesel. The diesel's flowing off to the left as it's going downhill. The shop's a little slanted and it's starting to puddle, as you can see in the video with the light, and the sock itself is absorbing the diesel fuel. Look on the end where we put the diesel or the Clean Boost oil absorbent on the end. It's starting to absorb the diesel as well as we're pouring it in. No leaks around the outside, as it's keeping it in containment and slowly absorbing factors. Let's pour a little more in just for fun and make sure what we're getting here. We've poured quite a bit in, but alrighty. Still zero expulsion outside, zero leaks, and it's working wonderful. So Clean Boost Oil Absorbent, again, can be used in many applications for floor dry, containment, any hydrocarbon. We wanted to come back to the containment ring test we were showing you earlier with the boom. And if you noticed, 3 minutes into the test, the boom, the Clean Boost Oil Absorbent boom, has actually picked up almost 1 gallon, if not more, of the diesel fuel that we poured in. If you notice the outside edge, the containment boom has no spills. None of the fuel has exited out of the boom itself. And you can see on the end where we've put the Clean Boost Oil Absorbent to close the end off of the boom, it's really absorbing the diesel fuel. Alright, we're about 10 minutes into the containment ring portion of the test, showing the diesel fuel being absorbed. As you can see, still no spill on the outside. 10 minutes later, out of all of that diesel fuel, you'll have a little bit of a shine or a sheen left on the floor from where the floor is level and didn't run down. What we want to do is we want to take the boom like a mop and try to clean up the diesel fuel and show you what happens. It's absorbing all the diesel fuel and taking the sheen off the floor, as it's absorbing the balance of the diesel fuel. Notice the floor is just clean. No oil residue. The Clean Boost Oil Absorbent has taken all the diesel fuel and absorbed it in the sock or the sock boom. The diesel fuel is gone. This test, we want to show you the Clean Boost Oil Absorbent on the right at 100% in a mason jar. We have a mason jar with water. What we will do is we're going to take the water and pour it into the Clean Boost Oil Absorbent and see if it'll float to the top, so we can show you how the water, or how the product stays on top of the water for oil spills and contamination control. Now what we will do is we'll take automatic transmission fluid, pour it into the floating Clean Boost Oil Absorbent, and show you that the transmission fluid stays absorbed in the top part, never reaching the bottom of the clean water. Notice, no red automatic transmission fluid. The product is being absorbed through the Clean Boost Oil Absorbent up top. As you can see that it is encapsulating around the transmission fluid. We'll come back down. Still, no oil, no transmission fluid passing through. As you can see, the Clean Boost Oil Absorbent will float on the water, help remove oil spills, contamination. It's a great product for any type of use around water, rivers, lakes, ponds.